Hello my friends, and welcome back to The Long Dark, Zero to Hero, in our quest to survive in a frozen, post-apocalyptic world. My name is Sprocket, and we are currently at the Mountaineer's hut after a successful raid on some supply crates that we found at the, kind of in a clearing after killing a bear in the last episode. We've got a nice pile of guts that are curing back in the corner here, the bear hide as well. And we were able to obtain quite a bit of food from the airline cargo container that we found. And we're going to set out because there are more containers to be had. We're going to check them out. And to be honest, I'm a little addicted to that now. I got a little taste of the loot. I thought that was fun, going and cutting open the locked containers. And I'm pretty anxious to get back out there. We have more containers to check out before we head up to Ash Canyon to try to get to the gold mine for the technical backpack. Now, we unloaded quite a bit of the loot already, but I still have some more items that I would like to drop before we head out. We did pick up an additional hacksaw off a dead body. We're going to drop that. I'm going to leave the lantern fuel behind. Also, we do have a little bit of daylight left. We'll probably sleep here before we head out. I would like to read one last hour off of this while we still have some daylight. Let me just make sure that we're not thirsty. Let's get a drink. Just make sure we have plenty of hydration so that we don't accidentally cancel our progress on this book. Okay, we do have 2 hours remaining. We should have plenty of daylight for that. I'm just going to do the 2 hours at once. Go ahead and take care of this. We'll drop the extra weight. Okay, there we go. So that book is done. We'll drop that. It is now technically firewood, I guess. Put that over here to be burned along with the other book here. Now the hacksaw we're going to keep up here. Got a nice collection going. And the lantern fuel we can put on the bookshelf here. Okay, I do have some more items that I would like to drop, including our second bow. Just because we're going on a looting run, we may not even need to use this one, but we're just going to temporarily drop this one. I'm going to put it in the container here. Actually, you know what? I'll probably forget it. If I put it there, knowing me, I will forget it. So I'm going to put it where I can see it. And that will hopefully remind me that I need to take it with us when we leave. If I can find a place to put it. How about on this little bench here? Can I get it on there? Okay, that is pretty noticeable. I'm going to smack my leg on that whenever I walk past.
Lay down.
Let's see what else we've got. I just need to get as much lightweight as I can. We'll drop these matches. Also, in case we do get a visitor here who needs to seek shelter or get food, they can have access to our matches. I was trying to decide if I want to take the Mountaineer's rope. I'm not quite sure where I would deploy that. So I will leave that. Of course, that is really heavy as well. We are doing so good for matches. I think we did find a bunch of these in the supply crate that we got. Okay, we can leave some bandages here. Let's put these in the drawer. We probably only need at most 3 bandages. So I will leave those here. Clothing is good. Food, I think we're okay for food. We already checked that out. Okay, supplies. Do I need the pry bar? Maybe I should bring it. It's a full kilo of weight. I'm gonna drop the extra flare. The blue flare is good in case we run into Timberwolves. We've got a sewing kit. We've got the whetstone. Before I go to sleep tonight, maybe I will sharpen up our knife and our hatchet. Our knife is getting kind of low, 86%. Hatchet's not too bad. And we can leave the feathers here. We're not going to do any crafting. So transfer all the feathers. It's nice having the container. Makes it so much quicker to transfer things as opposed to picking up 32 feathers on the ground. Let's leave the leather here, I guess. It's 0.1 kilos. I'm just trying to get as lightweight as we can. I think that... Oh, charcoal. We don't need all this charcoal. I will take a little bit. Now, That must be full. It's not letting me... Yeah, it must be full. It would be nice to be able to craft a new container. Once we get the woodworking tools, we can actually craft additional furniture and things. And we could craft like a big chest or trunk to store all of our loot in. I'm looking forward to that. I believe, you know, in Ash Canyon, I think we can get the woodworking tools. And that would be amazing. We would have to kind of make a diversion, though. I believe we have to kind of go into a dangerous bear area territory if we want to get the woodworking tools. But I think it might be worth it. As long as we do it safely, be wise about it. We do have our flare gun, which should protect us. Okay, so before we go to sleep, it is quite late. Sun is going down. I think I just want to sharpen the knives and then go to sleep. I kind of want to bring the book, but in an effort to stay lightweight, I'm gonna leave the book here. Okay, I'm gonna stay by the bed. Oh, I forgot to drop the charcoal, and we do have this container. Okay, I forgot about that. We do have this container, which I should take advantage of. We'll transfer a bunch of charcoal. We don't need to transfer all of it. I'm gonna keep 2 pieces, just to kind of help us if we do need to map along the way. Okay, let's... I'm going to get a drink. Just kind of fill our hunger a little bit as well. Maybe I'll do 2. Okay, that was just about perfect. And then we're going to sharpen our knife and go to sleep, I think. So hatchet's actually doing pretty good. It's just this knife that is starting to show its wear and tear from punching holes in cans and things. May as well sharpen that a couple times. 94%. Let's do one more. Should be 98. 98%, okay. And then the hatchet we'll do a couple times. It's nice to have a sharp hatchet to defend ourselves. 95, let's do one more. Should be 99. 99% hatchet, okay. We are ready to drop into bed. Let's get a drink just to top up our thirst here. Okay, now we should sleep maybe 12 hours or 11 or something. I'm going to try for 12. I don't think we'll make it all the way because we are not completely exhausted. But let's see where that leads us. And I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, good morning everybody. We are fully healed, fully rested. Any of the thirst damage that we suffered in the last episode is a distant memory.
I would drink almost anything about now.
Oh, but he's back to wanting a drink. Okay, I'm just checking before we leave. We got 3 sticks. We got 3 coal. We will probably pick up some coal. Probably because we're going to be going through a cave. By the way, I'm going to drop all these matches. There's just so many matches. We don't need them all. And bear hide is curing nicely, 14%. The wolf hides, 32%. The guts are coming along. Okay, let's get a drink. Actually, I want to drink a soda. I also want to check what our inventory is for water. So we're kind of low on water. 1.84 liters. We do have the 2 soda cans. I'll drink those first. Okay. Weather is not perfect. It's probably going to get worse, actually. Just because I want to head out, you know? That's just the way it goes. Once you make plans, then Mother Nature has her way. Although, last episode, I was impressed. Very, very impressed with the weather and the clarity. Okay, I will get out a flare just in case. You know what? I don't think we don't have any torches. That is a problem. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to have to use a flare if we run into trouble until I can make a fire. Now, if we do run into bad weather, we don't really have that far to go to the next destination. We're going to try to walk across the lake, kind of straight in this direction. And we should descend to where the next cargo containers are. And there should be a cave or multiple caves that we can check out. So, anyway, it should work out. We don't have that far to go. Now, as we are traveling, I wouldn't mind keeping an eye out for deer that we could harvest for their skin. If they're already dead, or if we could just kind of scare them into a wolf. I'm not going to do a hunt. I don't actually want to shoot a deer, but if we can get a free deer skin, I think that would be really helpful. Visibility is dropping. Doesn't appear to be getting worse yet, though. So that is good. And it seems like we've left the wolves behind. I hope that's the case. Okay, I'm going to grab these sticks because we do need to make a fire at some point here just to get some torches. I could also maybe heat up some tea. The weather has dropped considerably. We are actually getting a little bit cold already. Okay, here is our destination. Down this steep hill. Crampons are going to help us to avoid getting a sprain, but it's not a guarantee. Okay, down here we do have wolves. I don't see them right now, but they are here waiting for us. Extremely dangerous, steep descent right here. I'm going to try to make it to this rock without getting a sprain. Might be able to reset our sprain risk. Nope. Okay, how about right here? Yes. Okay. Is that a wolf? It might just be a rock in the center. Not sure where the wolves are today. It is a wolf. Okay. Hopefully I don't get a sprain here. I am crouched, which will help us to avoid the wolf, but he is coming right at us. There's two. Okay, I can see 3 wolves. I'm going to try to skirt around. Like I said, we may have to use this flare. In fact, it might not be a bad idea to light it right now. Just making sure I'm not smelly. I don't want to come face to face with the wolf right here in front of us. So there is the cargo container straight ahead. I'm pretty much guaranteed to have a wolf come after me here. Just trying to avoid lighting this as long as I can. I don't think the wolves will wander up these steep hills without a reason. And the cave we want... Oh, that scared me. The cave we want is just over here. So far, so good. So I'm going to try to make a fire in the cave. Oh, whoops. I kind of jumped there. A little bit of a drop here. Okay, cave is up here. Right there. We found the cave. Let's take a look inside. So here is the gentleman that was in the note we found. Quite a while ago, we did find a note talking about this guy that was discovered along with his laptop. He had frozen to death before, you know, somebody else has already found him. If we are here during an aurora, we might even be able to check his laptop. I'm not sure.
Excellent.
87% hatchet is very good. We'll take that. Look at this. We got a bedroll. I hope it's still usable. 71%. Would be nice to bring this back. Got some sardines. The condition really doesn't matter anymore on the sardines. It's not going to make us sick to eat those. Okay, so I was thinking, so we do need to make a fire to get some torches. Around the corner is a deer. There's pretty much a guaranteed deer carcass over here. I might just check it out. Now, I don't know if there will be wolves over here. I'm going to try to be careful. I'm going to grab these sticks to help us with the fire we plan to make. And I could just make the fire right by the deer that we're trying to harvest. It's on the left side. Maybe this is it right here. Kind of opens up. By the way, guys, this is the direction we're going to be coming. Right through this Echo Ravine. When we go to Ash Canyon, we're going to just proceed straight ahead through there. And if visibility were good, we could probably even see Timberwolf Mountain with the plane wreck on top. Okay, I gotta be careful here because I think there can be a wolf. Don't hear anything. There is the deer. So we've got a little bit of privacy away from the wolves. We're going to get a fire going and try to harvest this guy. See if there's any feathers. Do have a feather? 2 feathers? And are we protected here? I wonder. Got a little bit of protection. Okay, we're going to make a fire. I don't have a torch to kind of help us out, unfortunately. I'm going to see how much I can harvest without getting cold. We only have 1 kilo of meat. Let's use the hacksaw to get the meat, and then I'm going to get a fire started. We will harvest the hide. Let's chop the meat, actually. I'm still not cold, so maybe I'll just proceed with the hide. By the way, are there any more feathers? Yes. Feathers can reappear, you know, as you're harvesting. Supposedly the crows are still circling overhead. I do have 2 rocks. Okay, just checking. I always like to have 2, or 3 actually, but... Okay, 48 minutes with the hacksaw, 36 with the hatchet, 24 with the knife. We'll use the knife just to kind of speed things up. Don't really care so much about the guts. We've got, I think, 12 guts back at the Mountaineer's hut. Okay, I think I may as well just get the fire started here. Might be able to make it here if it's... Is it sheltered here? Don't really have the symbol that we are sheltered. But it should be. We should have some shelter here. Yeah, we've got a little bit of shelter. Okay, let's get this started. I'll use the cardboard matches. 80% chance of success. It'd be nice to have a book. That would really probably get us to 100%, I think. 100% chance. But, you know, Will has been doing better, I think, at getting these fires started. Just like that. There we go. Okay, let's grab this meat. Kind of nice to have our back to the wall like this. We can see the predators coming if they decide to come. Getting a little bit of soot on the wall. You can always tell when I go hiking in the desert or exploring sometimes out in the backcountry, you can always see where people have had their fires that just leaves a big black mark against the wall. But to be honest, I don't blame them. When you heat up the wall like this, it kind of radiates the heat out. And I'm sure, you know, the primitive man took advantage of that. Just using, you know, radiation sources that can help to radiate the heat out and keep you warm. But it is definitely a giveaway that mankind has been there with its red flower. Kind of sets us apart from other animals, this flower we call, you know, the fire. Man's red flower. Is that from Jungle Book? The monkey king wants to have the secret of man's red flower, the fire. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just pass time. I can speed this up. Cook this last little bit here. That's just a little sliver, isn't it? We've got plenty of water. Looks like we're doing good. Eat this little sliver of meat. This one's almost done. Okay, just the tiniest little bit left. I think we're ready to go. I will take a torch or possibly even two if I can get away with it. Nope, looks like that's it. Okay, I think I will leave the last little bit of meat here. Shoot, you know what? I am going to feed more fuel to the fire because I need more torches, especially with those wolves. If I need to get past them, I need to harvest the... need to get into those crates. And there's at least 3 wolves there. So I'm just going to take a bunch of torches. I think that's our best bet. By the way, how many sticks do I have left? 9. Let's get down to 3. Just so I have something to get a fire started with. Now there's another cave. After we... Not the cave with the laptop that we just saw. But after we loot the containers, there is another cave past the wolves. And I think that is where we're going to spend the night, actually. So, grab a bunch of torches. I'm going to leave the fat. And you know what? Since I have torches, let's take this little bit of meat with us. By the way, are there any more feathers? I don't see any more. Okay. We'll take this little bit of fat and meat, a little sliver. We'll take these to the cave that has the laptop. I feel so much better having a lit fire source in my hand here to kind of scare away the wolves. And I love this feeling of being lightweight. It's very freeing. We have a fair bit of energy as well. Plenty of daylight left. So yeah, depending on what the weather's doing, we may be able to get to multiple storage containers today. Okay. We're going to leave those here for future us, maybe. There's not much food there, but... I'm curious, guys. Now that we have level 5 cooking, if we eat uncooked fat, will that make us sick? I mean, because technically we haven't cooked it, right? Okay, I imagine the wolves are going to be here any second with me making all this noise. Let's get a new torch. Let's get to the cargo container. Yep, there's a wolf. He doesn't sound very happy that we're here. Alright, come on, Wolfie. Okay, these guys are going to be a little bit of a problem.
Is it food or?
Yeah, nice. We got a food storage compartment for on-flight snacks and things, I guess. Ooh, coffee and tea.
What have we here?
I'll take it. It's not my first choice of cargo, but I'm glad to have it. I can't really be a... What do they say? Beggars can't be choosers. We're just happy to get what we get, I suppose. Okay, I am happy that the weather has cooperated. It's pretty much been this whole way since we've left the Mountaineer's hut. I'm actually glad it hasn't increased in intensity to blow out our torch or visibility. And this torch is actually giving us a little tiny bit of heat. Might be keeping us from getting too cold. Oh, hey, we got a rabbit. He probably ducks into this cave whenever those wolves come up here. That's how he's able to survive. Okay, Timberwolf Mountain Cave. I expect we may find some coal here. Now this just loops around, I believe. There we go. Ooh, nice big cavern. And here, I think it doubles back. Let me just check down this way. This is where we skipped. Maybe I'll just use my lantern. Probably too slow. Yeah, I'm too slow. I'm just gonna use the lantern. So we can save our torches. I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. See if we missed any coal. And I don't see any. Okay, let's go back. I think the handheld torch, the fire torch, is a little easier on the eyes. It seems like this Sparky, our lantern, seems to put out a little bit of a haze. Oh, look at this.
Could end up being useful.
Yeah, 100% torch. Man, she had a bit of a fall. I wonder if she was in perfect health and she just kind of in the dark. She couldn't get her torch lit. She fell and bonked her head. Well, I'm sorry about that. Okay, we already searched there. Let's check down here first. It's probably a dead end. Or is this what loops back? Is this where we just came from? Yeah, I think that, okay, that just loops. Ooh, got a little bit of lag there. Right? Am I? I'm not crazy, am I? Okay, yeah, so we've already been there. Let's head up. We have quite a ways to ascend up inside the mountain. It's going to take us up. We're actually bypassing a rope climb by doing this. And surprisingly, I think I've only found one piece of coal so far in this cave. Okay, I thought there might be some coal here, but no coal. That's alright. We came prepared. If we need coal, we do have our own. Although, hey, look at this. We do have 2 more pieces. Got another large cavernous room. Can hardly see the top of it. I'm glad these pillars are here. I can only imagine how much weight they're holding up. Okay, look at this. We've got a red Sparky. Spelunker's lantern.
That'll come in handy.
Oh, I love it. The red color. Rigged for fuel efficiency. A light for deep, dark places when other lights go out. Oh my gosh, guys. That's a Lord of the Rings reference. I can tell. That is... gosh, what is that? The light that Galadriel gives to Frodo. The light that shines, the star, the evening star that shines upon the water, she captures in a vial and gives it to Frodo to shine in the darkness.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And he uses that to scare away Shelob, the giant spider. So that is incredible. We're going to have to switch to that lantern as soon as we can. I'll have a look around here. Alright, let's just look around just in case. Put this over here. You never know, there might be more loot around here. It's looking pretty good. Okay, we are not coming back this way. Unless we have to sleep here. Should be plenty of daylight left. I'm trying to decide if I want to leave some coal behind. I probably will. I probably should have left some down by the fire pit. Maybe I'll leave some right here. So how much coal did we end up getting? Got 9 pieces. Okay, we're going to drop... Actually, I would like to take this back. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to haul it back. I do want this back at the Mountaineer's hut. I'll drop the cedar. I can drop some sticks. I'm also going to drop any torches we don't need. These are actually pretty good torches. Oh well, I'm going to drop... I'll drop them, because we do have some loot we need to get. That should be good. Alright. The coal just burns long and hot, and it's so good. If we want to do more ice fishing and it's cold... Actually, I think I turned that out too soon. Let me light it just in case we missed another piece of coal. I thought it would be lighter than that, but it instantly went dark. No more coal. Okay. I think we're okay to turn it out now. Yeah, that's a little better, that light at the very end there. Okay. Weather has not changed much. It seems to be maybe a little too windy to use the torch.
Getting kind of thirsty.
There can be wolves here. I see one in the distance. Oh, we got a deer. I don't want to get a sprain. I'm going to kind of lower myself off the hill. That deer could be good if the wolves come up this way. It can provide a little protection for us. We don't have far to go. Should be just over here. Yes. Okay, we found it. What do we have in the crate today?
This'll come in handy.
Clothing. Okay, that... Ooh, ear wraps could be good. That is good. We don't really need any clothing, so I'm going to take it.
go.
More food. Okay. I will take it. I was actually hoping for survival gear, like cool toys, cool, what do they call it? Tactical stuff. Yeah, I will take another one. I think we will end up dropping some of this back in the cave. If we can scare that deer into the wolf, I might go for it. So we're heading this way anyway. What would be nice is if I had a massive amount of rocks, because you can actually make a container. If you have a large pile of rocks, it actually turns it into a container storage compartment. It would be nice to put all these clothing items in there to kind of prevent them from deteriorating. I wonder if the wolf already got the deer. The deer kind of ran over this way anyway. I don't see the deer. Wonder where it ran off to. I didn't hear a hunt or anything. Alright, we're just going to forget about it. We'll leave it. The big tree here points the way to the cave. If you're ever in a blizzard and you come across this, you stumble on a tree. A lot of times these trees in the world here, they kind of help you out. I wonder if they're related to the Ents, like in Lord of the Rings, you know? Maybe an Ent came through here and knocked down the trees, or maybe a Bigfoot or something uses these for markers or something. At any rate, we are going to go inside and drop off some of this gear.
I might have to drop some gear.
That's a great idea. You know what? I think we're going to do that. Like I said, I would have preferred to have a little container to put it in. But this should be alright. So let's go to clothing. By the way, I do want to look here. I may hang on to these. How heavy are they? 0.25. If we get cold, it would be nice to put those on. But I really enjoy wearing the crampons. And as long as we've had these on, you know, it's been a long time. They've only deteriorated 1%. And we have used them quite a bit. I'm really impressed. I know some people will remove them to try to keep them from getting worn out. But I've been very impressed. Okay, I think I will... Let me sort alphabetically. I may take one of the wool hats back with us. Maybe the parka as well. We'll take this one back, I suppose. It'd be good to have an extra. Maybe I'll take both of those hats. And then, so there's our pile of clothing. Let me see what else we have. What else did we get? It was food, wasn't it? We got a whole bunch of food, which I should probably just take all the food back. I think I will. Alright. We're going to get a little bit thirsty here. Let's put out our lantern.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay. Water. I'm trying to decide if I want to ration the water or not. We can make more, obviously, so maybe I'll just take a bit of it. You know, let's just go all the way. Why not? It's not like it's super cold. And the extra carrying capacity will help us move just a little bit quicker. Now there is another cargo container. By the way, if I wanted to, I would go this way. Because I think there can be some saplings over there. But they both end up where we need to go. If we go this way, we avoid a rope climb. And also, there may not even be a rope over there. I will take these because I'm a sucker for sticks. I wonder if I should light a torch. Maybe I should. Not sure what we will encounter. Let's just light one. It's not like we're hurting for matches. There could be wolves. I know there also is a bear that patrols this area. So we've got a rope climb here. No rope. But this is not the way we're going to go. We're going to sneak around the outer edge here. Oh, this is our 100% torch. I don't want to use my 100% torch. I'm going to swap. Extinguish this one. Yeah, we're going to save that 100% torch. Well, I guess it's not 100% anymore. It's probably closer to 80% now. Okay, so we're going to have to billy goat up here. We're going to have to kind of make our way down the side of the mountain. But before we do that, there is another cargo container. I'm going to have to backtrack just a little bit. But as long as the weather holds up, we should be able to make it back, I think, pretty easily. Oh, did I just scare him? There's ptarmigan, guys. I'm going to put out my torch. Oh, see, I only have one bow, so I'm going to go ahead and use this, and then we're going to switch to our fire-hardened arrows. Now, of course, I cannot shoot them while I'm crouched, so I'm going to back up a ways. And, of course, he moves as soon as I take aim. Alright, there's one in the distance right there. He's actually pretty hard to see. Got him. First shot. Ooh, nice. Quick draw. Kill 10 ptarmigans with arrows in a single game. Missed that one. Is he going to run away? Got him. 2 out of 4 so far. Oh, these guys are really far away. 3 out of 4. Got him. All 4. I got to remember to switch to our defensive arrows. There we go. Put that away. Okay, thank you, little guys. This is going to attract attention.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
There can be a bear right here, so I want to get this out. Okay, I'm going to leave the ptarmigan where we are going to kind of get down the mountain. Is that here? This might be. Is this it? Let me figure out where we are. This is where we get down right here. Okay, so that is the plane wreck, guys. If we could just jump up, we could get there. Let's leave these ptarmigan here, because we are going to end up coming down right this way. There's a rope climb just to our left. But, of course, we're way too heavy to use the rope climb right now. We're going to backtrack this way and try to get to... I think there is another cargo container. Am I thinking correctly? I'm a little bit turned around. I do need to get down. Okay, that is where I thought I was down there. There's the rope climb. So I thought we were actually right here, but we're not. We're actually higher up. So we need to kind of shimmy down here. And the cargo container, I think, is up in this area up there. Okay, just got a little bit turned around there. I thought that plane wreck looked awfully close. Feels like I can reach out and touch it. But we do need to go a little bit farther.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
I'll take the ptarmigan with us for now. I may end up ditching it. I'm curious if it's going to attract the bear, if there is a bear up here. Keep our eyes open. Could potentially get a sprain here as well. We are quite heavy. Moving slowly. Okay, there's a wolf coming at us. Let's get a torch lit. Not that one, though. We'll use this one. Okay. I want to drop these ptarmigan as soon as I can. But I hate to let them go to waste. Can I run? No, I'm too heavy to run. I'm going to drop a whole bunch of loot up here by the rope climb. So otherwise that wolf is just going to keep coming back if we have the ptarmigan on us. It's like a yo-yo. Oh, and there's the bear. Bear is coming. He smells us. My ptarmigan bring the boys to town, right? They can... It's like a yo-yo string attached to their stomachs, I think. So that bear is heading towards where he first smelled us. Alright, come on, wolf. I'm gonna drop this. Where are you, ptarmigan? Okay, we dropped the ptarmigan. I lost sight of the bear. No, he's heading back. The bear is heading back. Once we drop those ptarmigan, he has no use for us. Okay. Let's sort by weight here. I'm gonna drop that. We'll drop the extra hatchet. Drop the extra lantern. Drop the extra bedroll. Drop the deer hide. I don't need to drop everything, just enough, you know? Just enough to kind of make it easier to move. Guess we can drop a bunch of these. Now we're lightweight, right? Okay, we're going to actually backtrack the way that bear was heading. Oh, I need my torch. What am I doing? We're going to circle around, kind of the way the wolf went. Do need to get a new torch. We'll use this one. I've got to watch out for that bear. I don't know where he went. Also the wolf. Where did you go, wolf? Yeah, I'm just going to try to swing wide. There we go. Whoa, I hear you. Alright, go away, wolf. Oh, that scared me. He came right at me for a minute there. I wonder if he will get scared by the bear. I didn't actually realize there's 2 containers here. I think he just ran into the bear. I can hear him howling.
I think I can use this.
More clothing. Really, I probably shouldn't take it. I'm going to leave that. Oh man, there's just so much. I'm going to have to go back into it and drop stuff. I don't need all this clothing.
Too much stuff to carry.
Okay. I'm going to leave the can opener. Maybe I will take one just to carry it back to the... No, you know what? I'll just take them all. Why not? Let's just take them all. We're going to use Pepe. Let's just take it off. Why not? Once we Billy Goat down, we can load up our little mule. Boy, he's so enthusiastic when he does that. Every time. Almost out of torches.
Should be good to drink.
Sure. Why not? We're just taking it all, right? If I'm too heavy, I'm too heavy. Oh my goodness. The amount of loot is incredible. I thought for a second there I was crouching, but I'm just so heavy. Okay, I just need to make it down the side of the mountain, and then we can put all this into our little...
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Into our little sled. This is a good problem to have. Just have to keep telling myself that. All this extra weight, this is all survival gear. We could pretty much just set up camp at the Mountaineer's hut for quite a long time with all this gear. We just need some additional fuel. Okay, I actually need to get up there. Oh my goodness, so much loot. Okay, I will drop some of this. The clothing has got to go. Got the 2 ear wraps. That is nice. Drop that and that. So I'm going to sort alphabetically. My torch may go out here. That's okay. Drop these. I'll take 2 extra ones, plus the ear wraps. Pretty much everything else I think we're dropping. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave those.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Yeah, we're so heavy. Oh my goodness. And the wolf was back. Okay, lovely. This is our last torch. This is the 100%er. I almost need to deploy the the sled just to get down. Just to get up to where we need to start getting down. Alright, wolf. We definitely look like a wounded animal to him. A very fat, smelly, wounded animal. But this is our exit. Right here. Can't remember the last time I was this heavy. Wonder if we'll get a sprain. We're just so incredibly heavy. We could really just roll down the mountain at this point. Oh, we got a drop here. Oh no. A little bit of a drop. Can I make it? Oh, we did it. Got a little rabbit there. I may attract a wolf because I'm so smelly. Alright, I'm going to drop these immediately. Let's deploy the sled. Invalid location. Okay. Is it too steep? How about right here? That's better. Okay, let's put this food in. Okay. Now let's sort by weight. Let's do our 2 sleeping bags. Put the hatchet in. The coat. The extra lanterns. Did I leave a hacksaw behind? Or is that my only hacksaw? Now I can't remember. I'm just going to start loading this up. I'm surprised it's not full yet. Okay, we are lightweight now. I'm going to keep the torch lit. Why not? So we should not encounter the bear, because we're in the territory now where the bear lives that we just killed. And it hasn't been long enough for him to come back. Okay, we just got tired, so now we've got this brain risk again. That was an incredible loot haul, guys. Absolutely amazing. If we can just get it back. So close. Oh, the wind is picking up. It's right in my face now. Maybe if I can get close to this rock, it will shield us just a little bit. Okay, I'm so glad the weather has held up and kept from turning into a blizzard. Okay, how do I get up there? Make a hard turn here. And another hard turn. Yes. Home at last. We made it. Torch is out. Okay. That must have gone out when I put the when I picked up the sled. I didn't realize that, so that's good to know. For some reason your torch doesn't go out when you climb a rope. But it does go out when you pick up the sled. It's good to know. Okay, let's bring these birds inside. And the hide.
Feels like night is coming.
Okay. We'll drop the hide before I forget. It's one of the first things I always forget to do. Let's get that hide curing. Yeah, take a sigh of relief. Really, I mean, that was incredible, Will. We did quite a loot run. So we went over that direction. Let me get out my gun. So we followed the lake that way and then turned right, and that's the first loot boxes that we hit where we harvested the deer and got the meat. And then we came back here and dropped it off. And then we headed out that way and dropped down to where the laptop was. Got those crates, went through the cave, came out at the top of the mountain, went even higher, got another crate, and then came down and got another crate. 4 crates. Well, I guess two. Anyway, incredible. That was an incredible run. And those are all places that we would not hit on the way back from looting the top of the mountain here. We'd just be so full of loot anyway. Coming back from the top of the mountain, we'll be full of loot, so there's no way we could stop and get all this stuff. Okay, I'm going to have to come back for the sled. Where am I going to put all this? Let's dump the food right here. Can sort it out later. Just want to drop it. Sort
all this gear is slowing me down.
I really do hope somebody else shows up so I can share all this food with them. I might keep some of this with me. I'm going to have to spend some time and figure out what all we're going to keep, what we're not going to keep. Drop some of the coffee here, I guess. Drop the soup. Okay, let me pick up the sled before I forget. And I'm going to eat some perishable food, the smelly stuff. I think we've earned this. It's better to keep the stuff in the package that you can carry without being smelly. There you go. Okay, let's get inside. Check the time. Sun is going down. That was perfect timing. We didn't even have to sleep in the mountains. Okay, I have some work to do to get this all organized. I might do a little bit of a time lapse here or a skip, so you guys don't have to watch me, but I would like to organize all this and then figure out what loot is my everyday carry stuff, because our next stop is going to be Ash Canyon. Really, I guess in the morning. We may as well set out for Ash Canyon. So guys, I'll take a little break here while I do some cleaning and organizing, and I will get back with you in just a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. I have taken a full day, the rest of the day when I started, and almost an additional second day to get everything organized. I harvested up the 4 ptarmigan and got all their feathers and meat. The meat is over here. I actually ate all the rest of our meat that was already cooked, the fish meat. And gosh, it is already getting really dark, getting late. So I wanted to hurry and try to show you this before it got too dark. I'll probably end up making a fire here just so we can cook up some additional meat. And also maybe pull some torches at some point. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I've done. So I've kind of tiled the floor with our airline food. Laid everything out nicely on the table here. The hacksaws, hatchet, guns, fire striker, extra hunting knife, our 2 lanterns. Of course, I'm going to keep red Sparky, the red lantern. Inside the drawer here, we've got a few items, including our tip-ups, some leather, arrowheads, feathers. We've got the down ptarmigan feathers in here as well. Some flare shells. Over here is our layout of gear that we've kind of stored up. We got the water bottles, the coffee, herbal tea, medicine, disinfectant, bandages, crackers, miscellaneous packaged food and soda. Of course, we do have our hides curing on the ground. I've laid out our books. We may or may not take one of these with us. We are so close to getting level 5 on our animal harvesting here, carcass harvesting. I may take that book and just try to finish up to level 5. Sounds like we do have a storm blowing in out there. Wow. And then in the container here, we do have an extra bedroll, a bunch of scrap metal in the form of can openers, some scrap leather, and just a couple clothing items. So I have also taken the time to write everything down in the book, so you guys don't have to watch me do that. But here is a list of all of our items here. I can't even fit it all in one column. Mountaineer's hut with all the items laid out. It's quite a survival cabin now. Now I just need Archimedes. If we could get him to come and patch up this hole for us on the roof, I think we'd be in good shape. Anyway, so I think we're going to spend the night here, and in the morning we are ready to go. I did get all my gear all ready to go as far as laying out everything in our inventory. I'll just show you real quick what everything is in here. We've got some food ready to go, some water. We're going to take our hatchet, hacksaw, and we've got our bows. I left a couple arrows behind, and we did fill up our lantern already. Of course, we do have our travois sled, little Pepe. And I think we're ready to go. So we'll just spend the night. I'll probably get a fire before we go to bed. We'll cook up some food. But that will be for another episode, guys. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. If you would, just take a minute, leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're already subscribed so you don't miss out on the adventure. If you made it this far into the video, leave a comment that says Sparky, our red lantern that we just picked up. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for coming along, and I do hope to catch you in the next episode. Take care.